Man, shoot the blood out of the ball. You know what I mean? I never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? And then just how aggressive she is, and not just scoring the basketball, getting her teammates involved as well. I think she's so great for the game. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure watching her, and I just think down the road, she's going to only get better.
Caitlin Clark has taken the basketball world by storm. Her electrifying skills and fearless play have captivated fans, analysts, and legends alike. No WNBA player before her has sparked such widespread admiration and debate among NBA legends, the very players who have set the standard for greatness in the sport. The fact that they are now reflecting on Caitlin's impact speaks volumes about her significance in the sport today, from her record-breaking performances to her unmatched skills on the court.
To me, it's just hatred towards this young lady. Only thing she's doing, like you said, is out here. She's playing the game of basketball, and she's having fun doing it.
I love her game. A lot like Steph. She reminds me of Steph Curry a lot,
Anybody that does something flagrant to this young lady for what she's brought to the game should be suspended and fined big time for doing that.
Caitlin Clark is changing the game and inspiring the next generation of WNBA stars, but not everyone is celebrating her meteoric rise. Many have doubted, criticized, and even tried to bring her down. However, two legends have had enough of the negativity. Michael Jordan and Larry Bird have decided to speak out, and their words will undoubtedly shift. The narrative. Stay tuned for what these two basketball icons have to say about Caitlin Clark's incredible journey. One of the biggest stars of his era was Allen Iverson. He was a gigantic icon that completely changed the landscape of the league like Caitlin Clark is doing now. They were both popular even in their college careers and went into the pro leagues with massive pressure on their shoulders.
Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've seen it a little bit in Mahmoud Abdul-Roh, but I've never seen a guy consistently come down. And if you look at, if you saw Steph on the street, he ain't got the LeBron muscles. He's not 6'9", he's 6'10". He look like a perfect, normally office guy.
Yeah.
But he's doing stuff that people never seen before. She's doing stuff we've never seen before. Never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis.
They lived up to the big expectations and changed the game for good. They may not have been the most physically imposing players like most top prospects in history, but they could impose their will through their elite skills. Allen Iverson became the #1 idol for many kids growing up. His killer crossover had the league stunned. It took years before the NBA caught up to his face-up, ball-handling style of play that was inspired by hooping in the streets. Many young girls look up to Caitlin Clark in the same way today. They emulate her moves to be more like her. Allen Iverson sees this talent as well. He explained in a short interview what it is about Caitlin Clark that makes her such a game changer for the league. He took the time to highlight her special set of skills and mindset towards the game of basketball.
Man, shoot the blood out of the ball. You know what I mean? I never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? And then just how aggressive she is, and not just scoring the basketball, getting her teammates involved as well. I think she's so great for the game. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure watching her, and I just think down the road, she's going to only get better.
It's no surprise where Allen Iverson's priorities go in terms of how to praise Caitlin Clark. He is quick to give her the credit she deserves as an amazing offensive engine, because that's also how he played during his peak years. They were both given the majority of the scoring responsibility for their respective teams immediately as they came into the league. The aggression that Allen Iverson mentions is something that is required from that role, the attribute that allows an offensive initiator to be an all-time great is their elite playmaking ability. That is something that comes naturally to Caitlin Clark. Even while she's the least experienced player on her team, these types of players are floor raisers. They make everyone around them better through their gravity and their unselfishness. Iverson was able to carry a team of lackluster offensive talent into the NBA Finals from his singular ability to score at will. Let's see what Caitlin will be able to do during her prime. Allen Iverson said that she will only keep getting better down the road, so there's no doubt she will learn how to raise her team's floor, even higher hopefully. The Indiana Fever, a way to build the right pieces of role players around Caitlin Clark so she can get into the bigger stage that Iverson was. able to get to because Iverson was an incredible crowd pleaser. The fans loved how often he was able to generate jaw-dropping highlights. On the court, that's another similarity he shared with Caitlin Clark. These players are always worth the price of admission and constantly find themselves in the limelight. However, for Iverson, that came with a lot of negative media coverage as well. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark comes across as very media savvy. For her age, she's kept a classy and cool composure. In every interview so far, she's always said the right things and finds a way to keep out of much controversy. This is something that's caught the eye of another NBA legend, Charles Barkley. It was a no-brainer, since he's now more known for his expertise in media. He's been covering the NBA through media for more than 2 decades by now. He knows a thing or two about picking out the right words to say during press conferences and interviews. Not to mention, he was also an NBA All-Star for many years. That means that he can come at this from the NBA star's perspective. He's had his fair share of media controversies throughout his NBA career, but he has definitely learned to polish his on-screen act now and has solidified himself as a beloved figure by fans and networks alike. He is impressed by how Caitlin Clark is able to do this already. It's a difficult balancing act for an athlete, but she has handled it very well.
And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. And now, when I watch her, 2 things I like. She's playing much faster, much faster. She was playing too slow the first half of the season.
From the college season.
They didn't even give her the understanding, like, you girls been worded for the WNBA season. Y'all been working out on the no. She came straight out of college.
Caitlin Clark succeeds in every aspect of the game, both inside and out, due to her exceptional attitude towards her work. She faced immense pressure from fans and franchises and exceeded all expectations. She took the hits from her competitors and proved herself tougher than them. Most impressively, she has continued to improve throughout the season. She has quickly learned to outplay her peers in the WNBA, which is no easy task given the significant differences between college basketball and the professional WNBA system. The physical demands of the WNBA take a toll on a player's body in ways that fans often can't see or even imagine. This is especially true for Caitlin Clark, given the added physicality that opposing teams directed her. The only way to withstand this is through diligent physical preparation, allowing her to absorb the hits throughout the long WNBA season. This aspect of her game has been a pleasant surprise for fans, as she was initially seen as a supreme talent without extraordinary physical traits. Dominance can come in all shapes and sizes. Shaquille O'Neal is often referred to as the most dominant basketball player to ever play the game, and Shake himself says there's no debate needed on that. He has also said that Steve Curry is his favorite current player in the NBA. Despite the vast difference in their physical traits and style of play, they recognize each other's greatness. Shea feels the same way about Caitlin Clark. He has praised Caitlin's greatness on Angel Reese's podcast unapologetically. Angel, despite Caitlin being Angel's biggest rival, spoke about Caitlin's dominance despite her physical frame, comparing it to Steph Curry's, according to Shock. Both Caitlin and Steve ushered in a new kind of spectacle to their respective leagues, something audiences had never seen before. This, Shea believes, is what drives a league to success.
Why you think people love Caitlin Clark besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've seen it a little bit in Mahmoud Abdul-Roh, but I've never seen a guy consistently come down. And if you look at, like if you saw Steph on the street, he ain't got the LeBron muscles. He's not 6'9", he's 6'10". He look like a perfect, normally office guy.
Yeah.
He's doing stuff that people never seen before. She's doing stuff we've never seen before. Never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis.
It's a professional league now, and that makes all the difference from her college playing days. There are much larger stakes. These stakes will only become greater as the league gets more coverage and Caitlin starts playing in games with more pressure. There are a few examples of players who have seamlessly made the transition from dominating in college to dominating in the professional leagues. Caitlin is one of them. Magic Johnson is one of them, and we heard about what he had to say on the matter. But there's a reason why Magic Johnson did not end up winning Rookie of the Year. That's because he also came into the professional league with his rival Larry Bird. Larry Bird was notably born and raised in French Lick, Indiana. That's the state where Caitlin Clark now plays for the Indiana Fever. Larry Bird started his early career playing for Indiana State University. He ended up coaching and becoming the general manager of the Indiana Pacers. Larry Bird clearly shows a lot of pride in his home state. He still loves basketball now and loves watching Caitlin Clark. He's such a fan that he's even watched her Iowa College games as much as his beloved Indiana State. Caitlin Clark's incredible game is undeniable to any fan of basketball in Indiana, and their unparalleled love for the sport of basketball deserves these great basketball icons playing for them. Caitlin Clark will continue to build a legacy. Like Larry Bird did as soon as he stepped foot into the professional league, many similarities can be observed between the two players. Even Larry Bird recognizes greatness when he sees it. Caitlin Clark has captivated the basketball world with her talent, competitiveness, and dedication to the game. Even the greatest NBA legends can't hide their admiration for Caitlin's abilities, as she is already making a lasting impact on the WNBA and beyond, while her journey is just getting started. The praise from these basketball legends shows that Caitlin is poised to reshape the future of women's basketball, just as Magic Johnson and Larry Bird elevated the NBA into the phenomenon it is today. Caitlin Clark is primed to do the same for women's basketball, creating new possibilities for the next generation of players. Caitlin Clark is on track to cement her legacy as one of the greatest to ever play the game. She'll become just like the basketball legends, who are enamored with her rapid rise. More heads will turn to proclaim her greatness as she continues to blaze her trail into basketball legend status. If you like this one, hit that like button, subscribe for more WNBA content, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.